Well, hello everyone. I am MwdaShadow. So we are going to be playing through Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. This is a category up with just for the occasion. We are going to go to a new game plus save file. I will count it down and then press start. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, go. So new game plus, that means we are going to start with all of our levels from a previous save game, up stab and down stab, and all spells. Now if we didn't have 888 levels, you would start, you know, with 886, say, after an all keys. Whoops. Like after an all keys run, or if you didn't collect all the spells after like an any percent run, you wouldn't have all of the spells. But we have everything. We are starting with Link loaded out. We have 888 levels. We have all spells. We have up stab and down stab. So what I am calling this run is New Game Plus Hundo Warpless with a grand tour of Great Palace. And this is an abridgment of a run I've been working on, all killables, all collectibles, in which we'll start from a new game file and we will get all kinds of, get everything in the game, all the key bags, all the items, all the keys. This is going to be an abridgment of that idea. So we are just going to start from a new game plus file. We are going to play through the game. Still going to do 100%. We'll still go to all of the palaces and get their items. We won't need to go to all of the towns since we already have the spells. We're only going to visit two towns. And that is because one of them we need to cross this bridge. And in another one, there are actually two items in the town. We'll need to get a magic container and one of the main quest items. Attack 9 fans. You will almost certainly see Attack 9. Now, 3 of the palaces, the plan is actually going to take Magic 9, because we'll be able to use our magic to cast Fairy and then get a refill right afterwards. But fans of Attack 9, there are up to 3 times that I will take Attack 9. Now I could get an encounter leaving a palace and take damage. If I do, I might as well take Life 9 instead. The issue with Attack 9 is it doesn't give you anything. Like, you don't get a refill. All you get is the extra life. Oh, whoops. Bagulous percent, yes. You might have noticed we don't know Bagu. We did not need to. So, like I was saying, Hundo Warpless with a grand tour of Great Palace. Once we get to Great Palace, we are going to go through and visit all but one room. We're going to kill every non-respawning enemy, so all of the Fokas, Fokaroo, all of the snakes, Waraneru. We are going to, of course, finish off both bosses and get the number 3 Triforce. Join us in following Bagu. Shoutouts to Bagu. And we're going to get the 3 fairies, the 1-up, and all of the 50-50 jars. We are either going to need to collect the jar or fight the enemy. Now, to get to Great Palace, we're going to do this warpless, which means no wrong warps. Not going to use any fairy feet. None of the glitches that this game is known for. And we will attempt to do it deathless. We won't take any intentional deaths to backtrack. We won't use any up and A. We're just going to play through the game as best we can. Hopefully not get hit quite this much. Thank you for the good luck, Little Mixer. Thank you for the good luck, everyone. Oh, get that. But if it comes down to it, I will take an intentional death to refill magic. That shouldn't necessarily happen until Great Palace, or a couple spots where I might get bad luck, and if I don't get a jar, I might be stuck unless I take an intentional death. Oh, geez. Alright, we didn't kill any of them. That's not preferable. Ooh, okay. Thank you for the lurks, wherever you're lurking from. Whoops. I pressed down. So we will be using the fairy spell a lot. We will not be collecting all of the keys, so we will use the fairy spell to skip doors, to pick up items, and just in rooms like this where we want to be able to truck through without having to like slow down for that Mew or risk death. Have I tried the Zelda 2 fan remaster? Not yet. I definitely plan to, but I haven't yet. Ow, we're gonna get hit again. Getting hit here isn't really that big of a deal because we're gonna pick up another heart container soon. So we're not gonna cast life or anything with our magic refill. Oops, I needed to get up to the path. That's alright. We'll just have to duck in here now. Ah! That wasn't what was supposed to happen. Alright, we got through there though. So we are eventually going to pick up all of the heart and magic containers. Whoops. Now, one other thing that is going to be a potential issue on this run is RNG. So since I am not going to be taking intentional deaths to refill magic, there is a few spots where we're going to be relying on 50-50 luck, and one where we are even going to be relying on 7 out of 8 luck to get magic refills. And if game says no, then we might need to go out of our way to get a key or die trying. Again, I won't use any intentional deaths. We'll go out of our way to get a key or a magic refill. So in Palace 1, we have a 50-50 where if I don't get it, I'll need to go about 30 seconds or so out of the way for a key. Palace 4, we're going to have another 50-50 where if I don't get it, I'll need to go about 45 seconds out of the way for both a key and a magic refill. And if I don't get the magic refill, we'll need to farm it. And then at the end of Palace 4, we are going to have another 50-50, where if I don't get a jar, I will have enough magic to attempt Eco Key 2, possibly 3 times. But if I do not make Eco Key, then I'm going to backtrack about 90 seconds for a magic refill. Whoops. We were supposed to re-queue Fairy there. Make sure you see the key disappear before, Eco Key Plus, yes. Make sure you see that key disappear before you, before you cast Fairy and fly away without the key. Oh dear, that was bad. Welcome to Pez Palace. Unsee it now. You're welcome. Yeah, Great Palace is the one that definitely looks like Pez. As my girlfriend Future Rush, who I... Oh, no! Alright, we're gonna have to cast Fairy here. Yes, that is the microphone's cord. I'm going to try and stay still and not have that happen. Future Rush says that this is Tic Tac Palace. So, if we... Regarding Eco Key, I have successfully... Oh, he wasn't supposed to hit me. Yes, the nice fairy push where we pushed back the... Oh, whoops. We pushed back the Iron Knuckles, who are terrified of fairies. Make sure I have Fairy queued again. Oh, whoops. Okay, so... in about my last dozen or so runs, I have only missed Eco Key once. And in practice, I'm missing it about 60% of the time. But I've gotten it in each of my runs, so it shouldn't be an issue. Now, Barba, on the other hand, I have completely forgotten how to do. It is, like, totally deprogrammed from my muscle memory. And even in practice, I am just, like, totally unable to get it. I have been missing it, like, 9 out of 10. Even when I'm just doing it free and easy in practice, it has become totally impossible for me. So who wants to bet that I go 0 for 3 missing Eco Key in this run, and then I one-cycle Barba? That is the opposite of what I am expecting to happen, but it probably is what will happen. Well, Attack 9 fans, rejoice, because I didn't get hit. If I would have gotten hit, I would have taken Life 9. But since there's nothing to refill, I will go ahead and take Attack 9 there. You don't have to menu or anything, you just press start. So, Attack 9 fans, we may see 2 more Attack 9s. Yes, it is a run. Attack 9 is a running joke because, in general, it kills runs. This is New Game Plus. We don't get any more levels anyway, so it doesn't matter. Uh-oh. I needed to remember to do that correct direction, but we're good. I remembered in time. So, we don't want these skull bubbles to drain my magic because I am going to need to cast Fairy again. Those guys are no match for downstab. If only you normally came into this palace with downstab. Yes, you do get an extra life from taking any level 9s. Just that life and magic 9 also come with a refill in that category. Oh, whoops. I jumped too early. We're gonna do a little bonk here. And that will... Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that skull bubble off screen, but... Alright, so we have RNG coming up. Let's see if I can get a jar. Thank you for the good luck, Knuckle Buster. Alright. So I had to set up a drop on one of these two, and we got a bag. That's another thing. I have not missed any of these 50-50s in like my last 4 practice runs. But of course, here now we do. So we're gonna have to come up here and grab a key. And it's not that bad. It's just about 30 seconds, probably not even quite 30 seconds out of the way. Walking back and forth on this screen is about 24 seconds. Going up the elevator, probably only another 3 or so. Now I want to leave here with my drop count at 2. To set up the next part, so kill that orange IK, we'll kill him. We'll need to skip you. Ow! He stabbed me in the back. Yes, GG, Nintendo Natalie. Shout out to Nintendo Natalie. Completed her first 1cc in this game recently. So Palace 3 isn't quite a 50-50, but it is about a 7 in 8 that I will get a jar somewhere. And if game says no, if we get that 1 in 8 bad luck, then we will need to again go out of our way for a key. Now, I'm not sure which is better, Palace 2 first or Palace 1 first. One reason I'm choosing to do Palace 1 first is so we can use Fairy twice, get that heart container, and have full magic. We're going to need to cast Fairy 2 more times before the Palace. I thought about saving a fairy cast by not ferrying back over this bridge, but it doesn't matter anyway, because if I don't get a jar, I still won't have enough magic if I save 1 fairy cast. I'm either going to need 2 or none, so... And we need to cast fairy at least 1 more time, so... We might as well cast fairy there and use it all. Because... ferrying to get to Palace 3 is not optional. But we're going to have 3 chances to get a jar. If the game is nice to us, it won't be a problem. Just get up to the road. We'll walk straight down to King's Tomb. Oh no, we got a King's Tomb skip. That wasn't supposed to happen. Alright, we'll just keep going now. At least we didn't get hit. Might as well queue Fairy up again. And when I first decided to do Palace, my first runs when I came up with this run, I did Palace 1 first, and then I decided to do Palace 2 first, mostly for the purpose of setting up drops. I got a jar at the statue, so RNG is no longer a factor here. I will need to kill an extra enemy somewhere now, but there are enemies that are... Well, there, he got in the way, so he's the one. And we can't kill any more extra enemies, though, because there is a critical drop setup that I need in Palace 4. Yep, very excited to get that red jar. Now, we still would have had 2 more chances at a red jar. Now, we did grab 1 key that was along the way. So we don't need extra magic yet, but that guy could have given us a jar. We'd be able to open this door, and there's another potential jar in that statue. We're gonna save this key for later. I don't like what that bot is doing because it can always jump back. Alright, queue up Fairy, or make sure I have it queued up. I think I already did. Never trust a bot, indeed. Is it safe to realize this is Hot Tamales Palace? Oop, okay. Yeah, the bots in this room, in particular, are super untrustworthy. Alright, we don't need to go out of our way for any more keys in this palace. We have enough magic to cast Fairy again, and we picked up another key that was on the way. So we can open this door. Whoops, menu to Fairy link. And we're just gonna fly through that door and across this room. Whoops. That wasn't smooth, but we didn't get hit. That's good. And here is our first of what is going to be 3 encounters with Rebanat. Whoops. At attack 8, only takes 4 hits, 2 to get him off the horse. And 2 after he is off the horse to take care of him. Now let's book at the Palace 4. We're going to get a magic container on the way, but since we already have the reflex spell, we don't need to get the kidnapped child. Now this is a place where I got to make sure I don't soft lock. And actually, we're just going to slow up here because there's another attack 9. Attack 9 fans, there's going to be potentially 1 more attack 9. Now I have not soft locked there, but several times I have thought, oh, I'm good, I'll just keep going. And I made it by 1 single frame. So you don't want to soft lock in this game. There's nothing you can do about it if it happens, so I definitely don't want to do it in a marathon setting. But of course, if you're... Oh, geez, that wasn't good. But if you're not familiar with it, the level up soft lock in this game, or maybe better termed a hang, or even a hard lock, is when you level up on the same frame as a screen transition. The level up menu cannot show up on the screen transition screen, and the game will not let you do anything else until you have picked what you want to do at the level up menu, so you are just stuck there. Alright, successfully crossed over here. We're going to get this magic container. Now, since that blue Stalfos got in my way, I need to not kill the MOA on the way in. Actually, it would have been preferable to not kill him, but he's just too in the way, that bot. Oh, whoops. That was a D-pad button pressing error. Alright, so if I counted right, I want to skip this MOA on the way in. And we're actually going to go right to the boss for, mostly for magic management purposes. Let's menu to jump. I'm going to grab this key. I think it's the only key we get in this palace. Oh, nice. He gave us a jar. So, we are not going to go out of our way for any keys. I went ahead and cast life for safety. I didn't want to come to regret it. Due to where my small drop is, I'm going to skip them. We'll go ferry through that door. Menu to reflect. And we need to cast Reflect on this boss in order to attack him with his own beams. And this boss is just an RNG fest. People have considered whether they want to memorize all 128 different patterns that you can get from this boss, to know how to dance around the room and beat him as efficiently as possible. Thus far, though, everyone just crouches in the corner and hopes for the best. That wasn't very good, but, you know, you get what you get. Now, if you during the fanfares after you place the gem is free menu time. Is there some crazy good pattern? Yes, there is, Junkyard Dave. There are two really good patterns you can get in the left corner. I think at least two. One, you know there's a chance you get it right away because Link will take a hit, but then everything after that just goes perfect. And then there's another really good pattern where you just go 8 for 8. And then there are also patterns that lose you as much as 45 seconds over the most optimal pattern. An average pattern is probably only about 10 to 15 seconds slower than the most optimal one. Nah, that's even probably overestimating. Most patterns are probably within only a few seconds variation, but there's like a super optimal one that can maybe save you about 5 seconds. Whoops. I needed to press the ferry button. But on the flip side, there are absolutely horrible patterns that can kill runs. I need to not kill that bot. I forgot to queue up Fairy again. Now we're going to queue up Jump. We have Eco Key coming up. Like I said, if I don't get a jar here, then we either make Eco Key or we lose about 90 seconds. Let's see what will happen. And this is never a jar, so I don't expect one. It was a jar. I was not expecting a jar. Alright, well my small drop setup doesn't matter anymore. That would have given us like an extra chance to make Eco Key. We just need to make sure our drop is on one of the 5 snakes in the Start of Palace 5 here. But if we miss it, we're just going to cast Fairy and not lose too much time. And we made it anyway. No sweat. Well, you may have noticed I got silent as we walked through that room because I, of course, was maybe the tiniest bit nervous, but I wasn't that nervous, especially considering we did get the jar, so I could just use Fairy to fly through there, and then also we can Fairy that we would have had enough magic left to Fairy that door. Let's go indeed. That was going to be my most nerve-wracking part of the run. In fact, let's go ahead and menu to life, because I have this magic. We're getting a free jar coming up. We'll just leave whatever we get here in the dust, because we have full magic anyway. I actually don't want extra points, as I can potentially get off the next heart container screen and have time to cast Fairy again and before the level up menu comes up. So, Attack 9 fans, we have taken Attack 9 3 times in this run. We are not going to be taking any more Attack 9 though. Our next 2 gem placements will result in a Magic 9. Just hop over you. So we're just gonna come this way to get the item in this palace. Whoops. Indeed, no Attack 9. We have had our fill of Attack 9 for the day. Whoops. I opened the menu to get on Fairy. Now, there is a magic pixel you can be on here. I don't really find it quickly, so I don't really try, and in this situation with life 8, we can go ahead and just take a hit or 2 from that blue IK. I didn't take a hit on the way back though, fortunately. Ah! I tried to downstab him before getting on the elevator, but it was too late. Link was already locked into the elevator. That was kind of an unfortunate spot for the Mago to spawn. Yeah, we're just going to backtrack and go to the boss now. And it was really fun once I decided to use the... I was not sure at first whether I would collect the keys or use Fairy Spell. I decided to go ahead and use the Fairy Spell. Because the main event here is going to be the Grand Tour of Great Palace. I was a little torn at first whether to use Fairy Spell or not, but I ultimately decided to use it, and I'm glad that I did because it was a lot of fun to plan the magic routing and set up the drops so that we could have the best possible chance of using the Fairy Spell in the places where we would need it. Ah, I wanted to get on the other side of you. Come back. Not an expertly executed Goomba fight, but we're through it. Alright, let's menu over to Fairy. And we're gonna come up here and, whoops, get the next heart container. Let's menu Fairy again so I can cast it on the next screen we're on before the level up menu comes up. Nope, I needed to kite them longer. So we'll just cast Fairy to get out of here. And then we get the refill anyway. And I don't know if I'll be able to manage this skip. Let's see. No. We're just gonna walk this. And let's have Fairy ready again. I'll use Fairy on the next one. And menu to Fairy one more time. What's up, Retson? Welcome in. Now here, I am not going to use Fairy unless I am about to get... Alright, we're going to use Fairy now. Menu to Fire. Oh, whoops, I walked down an extra tile. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, we are, like, stuck. Not good. Yeah, I'm going to cast Life since I got that jar. We weren't supposed to get beat up that much. Yes, the movement in this run is super fun, especially with Link's combat abilities. This is a very fun sword fighting game. It takes a lot of feeling out, but once you get the hang of it, fighting a lot of the enemies in this game is much just like stomping on a Goomba in Mario Brothers. Maybe a little bit more involved, but you know, you have to time things a little bit better, but an overly critical gamer says, I always thought telling people I know Bagoo seemed pretty fun. You know, that's fun too. But you don't always know Bagoo. So, unfortunately, this is a Bagoo-less run. Also, the kidnapped child doesn't get saved. But if you think about it, it's New Game Plus. And the kid we need to retrieve the medicine for, he doesn't get his medicine. But if you think about it, New Game Plus, we already did that in the first playthrough. So it's all already done. But actually, no, if you did talk to the riverman, he would tell you that you don't know Bagoo, so you can't cross. Whoops. So I could have interrupted that with the fairy spell, but it's only by using fairy when you collect an item, Link does not go through the item get pose. You can also interrupt the item get pose. Yeah, so we don't need to visit any wise men, no one yelling at us to get out of their house. In fact, if we did try to visit any of them, the only thing that would happen is that they would yell at us to get out of their house. They would just say, "There's nothing I can teach you. Go now." Alright, nice walk to the heart container. Maybe it's the swordsmen that say, "There is nothing more I can teach you." And the wise men, yeah, they say "get out." We'll just leave it at that. Alright, now that we have the magic key, there is no more ferrying through doors. I was supposed to just go ahead and cast jump here. But, oh well, I didn't. We'll queue up jump for this bit, and we'll get on jump again. Oh, whoops, we got knocked back there. Hop up here. Oh, that Link did not stab the brick like he was supposed to. And yeah, I didn't get through that room smoothly. That happens. We had to jump over a false floor there. Now we have our second appearance of Rebo. And I whiffed. Could have been worse. Took one body shot. Yeah, we're supposed to grab the key. The Quantum Leap in Palace 6 is so swag. Well, I'll have a few more chances to make it and possibly fail it in Great Palace. Oh! Screen wrap jar there. You're not supposed to go back off screen after doing it. That was discovered about 2 years ago by the runner Aaron2U2. That you can screen wrap that jar and very consistently get a jar. And then I want to say about a year, just over a year ago, maybe within the last year and a half, the runner React actually dug into the code and proved that you have a 6-frame window to get a jar. Yeah, shout outs to Aaron2U2. So it's just like a free jar sitting there, so it made magic management so much easier. I think at first people saw that, yeah, you can consistently get a jar there, but what if you don't? It will kill the run if you rely on it. And then it was shown, kinda, no. It's a free jar. This is a new strat come up with by the runner Vaughn, where instead of using fire to get through this room, you can just line up those raw heads and kill them pretty easily. I think I was watching the runner Orkle Dorkle earlier today, who I think is currently 3rd place in all keys, was just doing it even faster. Without lining them up. But that's a good safe way to do it. It actually saves time over fire strats because you save time on the refill at the end of the palace by not casting fire. Oh, I missed that stab. I almost had a good Rebo fight. Now, Barba. I'm kind of saying, I have not one-cycle Barba in a run in about 2 weeks. And even in practice, I'm not even getting a one-cycle 1 in 10 tries, so I'm fully expecting to fail this fight. It should be easy. Especially the easy pattern that I'm going for. It should be free. But I've been failing it. Yes, anything to conserve magic in this palace is nice. That is true. Yep! I failed. I don't know. I seriously don't know how I lost the muscle memory for this fight so badly, but it did just in time for this event, but so be it. we still took care of business. We'll blame Barba. Alright, so we don't need to go to Old Kasuto, but I'm gonna duck into this bridge to get a free walk to the next bridge. And we'll use Fairy to cross it. And we'll take Magic 9 one last time to get a refill. We'll skip the entry tile, but I'm actually... I'll go ahead and cast Spell through some of these. But it doesn't cost that much time to do this, really, and since no one ever gets to see it, and the idea is a great tour of Grand Palace, and in my planned all killables, all collectibles run, we are going to do this, I decided, why not do these VOD tiles that no one ever gets to see? People probably haven't seen them since, even possibly in their casual playthroughs, people haven't seen these since they learned they could be skipped. And a lot of my accidental deaths in practice have come right here, fighting these blue guys, getting knocked back into the lava. And it's a bag. That was going to be nice to see a jar there to get a refill, but... Yes, those sections are super hard. They're just basically best avoided, but for fun. Let's not avoid them. Got a bag there, too. Oh my, getting beat up pretty badly. There will not be an opportunity for a magic refill. Let's see. We are going to go ahead and skip this one, though, since it's nice and quick to set it up. I decided to kill him for safety, but I'm failing at it. Alright, so, the Grand Tour of Great Palace. We are going to go through some rooms that folks probably have not seen in a very long time. So I'm gonna, whoop, wrong way. I'm supposed to go to reflect. We're going to queue up reflect for this first part. So we are going to go seek out every Foca, every Focaru. The Foca being the Dreadhawks or Eagle Knights. Whoops. I forgot to actually press select and cast reflect, and now we don't need it. We're gonna cast shield in here. So here's a Focaru, or the spicy chicken. You know, I'm just gonna wait for this. Okay. Now we'll queue up shield again. And whoops. Not jump, reflect. Jump will come next though. So reflect allows us to block those fireballs. We got a pretty nice pattern from them there. Oh! We have to wait for the points to start counting up so it counts as a kill. Alright, Rawheads, bots, their Mews are enemies that we won't need to kill because they'll infinitely respawn. Therefore, not killable. Now you might notice that this is the wrong way. Oh wait, actually, I menued to jump. I meant to menu to reflect. We are going to use reflect again. So we'll just skip these Rawheads. And hopefully we will get a small jar drop here. One of these 6 will give us a drop. There it is. So we have to kill all the snacks, or a Naru, if you will. I want to call them by their proper name. Alright, now we got a menu to jump. Be careful here. Ooh, good, it was a jar. We really needed that jar in this health situation. So now we have another room with a couple spicy chickens. Now we would have multiple chances at that jar. Oh dear, he landed right on top of me. It's too late. Oh no, I survived, but barely. And well, that stinks. I'm actually going to need to take an intentional death to refill magic now. I shouldn't have cast life. I should have tried to make it. But also, it would have been nice if that spicy chicken wouldn't have done that to me. Normally we have the opposite problem that, that it refuses to come down and just spits fire down that I have to dodge. But unfortunately, this will not be deathless as I would have liked. And I said warpless, so no intentional deaths to try to skip areas or skip backtracking, but unfortunately that is one of the spots where I knew an intentional death might be necessary. I got the jar luck that I needed, but alright, we're gonna have to take care of this guy since he wasn't a jar. And stuff like this. There's another spot coming up where if I don't get some magic refills in time, then I might need to die to get through an area where fairy is going to be required. Now, if you're familiar with the alt route through Great Palace, you might know that I started out going that way, but we're not quite. Now I don't want to cast life or shield or anything there. Don't want to waste any magic because right coming up here is our first of 3 fairies that we're going to need to collect. If I am not mistaken, the next room I need reflect. I might be mistaken though. Yeah, we need reflect here. We're going to let this bubble go free. And another bubble to let go free, and then take care of the snake. And we have another 50-50 jar that is very well hidden. And it is a jar, so we can get a refill. It was back... I wish I didn't back up so much. Now, if you're familiar with alt route... Oops, I pressed jump late. If you're familiar with the alt route through Great Palace, you would have... that room with the spicy chickens, before I backtracked, would have dropped us off here if I would have fallen through the floor, where you fight the one spicy chicken. I'm gonna cast shield in the next room. We have another red Foca fight here. And yeah, he hit me. Now this is a scary-ish room. I'm just going to kill these guys because... Alright. Alright, let's just be safe there. Oh, we want jump. And this is... see, I got it in Palace 6, but now I'm going to miss it every other time. This is our first Beakula fight. And I'm going to have to fight him straight up here because I just screwed up. But fighting him straight up really, really doesn't save time over the cheese strat if you're gonna fight him. Alright, let's see what we get here. Do we get a jar, or do we get death? Now, if I don't get a jar here, I'm probably going to die. Okay, I managed to not die. We know we need to cast Fairy, but problem is, I am low on life, so... I didn't die there. Yes, a lot of Great Palace gets skipped in an all keys run. Probably even about 2/3 of it, if not 3/4. You'd never get to see. Alright, here we go. So, let's see if I can get this set up right and hopefully get it pretty quick. Now, I recently learned there's apparently a damageless way to do it, but I haven't learned what that way is, so... I cast shield. Nope, I don't have it. So this is a dead end. Oh. We're not supposed to be able to advance from here. Ah, they're spawning too low. That one's too high. We need them... That one's too high. Ah, yeah, I shouldn't have even tried. I knew it was too high. Alright, let me... Well, I might die in here. Too low. This is not quick. Conceivably, taking a route... That one was just right, but I mistimed it. Nope, I'm not gonna get this, am I? There we go, we got it with 1 HP left. Well, more than 1 HP, but we wouldn't have been able to take another hit. So, first try. Now, I could go get the fairy early, but we'll just, I cast shield. There was really no point in it. Whoa, whoops. Oh, no, there was a point in casting shield, but, yeah, I died right after anyway. Okay. Come out here, dude. So we kind of broke a couple blocks to give us a space to fight him in. If we don't break any of the blocks, this guy is extremely difficult to fight. Well, since we got that magic refill, I'm going to go ahead and cast Fairy twice up here. Well, at least once. We're not going to cast it the second time. I guess we can't, actually. I would need to take the elevator. So we're going to get the 1-up. This is the only 1-up we need to collect in this palace. Of course, when I do all killables, all collectibles runs, all 6 1-ups are required. We have to get that fairy. That is the second of the 3 fairies. Now we'll have to go for another 50-50 jar here, and it's a jar. And now, some folks may have realized we are going the correct path right now, except we're doing it backwards. We were supposed to come here from the other direction. Ah. Oh, not getting hits in here. If we can back him up... Alright, let's just... Alright, we're getting in a rhythm now. There we go. A little bit slower than I wanted. We got another spicy chicken to fight here. And we're gonna have a snack to kill in here. Okay, good. We got the bubble off screen. That bubble can cause us big time problems if it stays on screen with us. And yep, of course I'm gonna miss it every single time now that we're in Great Palace. Get the one that counts for nothing in P6. Oh, didn't duck in time. We're gonna go ahead and cheese this guy. And if anyone is scared of these guys, just remember when you're doing like beginner runs or just trying to get through the game casually, you can cheese these guys in this room. Okay, we have another 50-50 right here, and it's a jar, so I'm gonna get a life cast in. We have 2 more snacks to kill. Uh-oh. I screwed this room up. This room is actually really hard on the way back. Oh, I didn't duck. Okay. So, there is another jar we'll have to get in this room, but since we're good on magic, we'll save it for the way back. We have another room like this, which, again, it's kind of weird to be coming into this room from this direction. One more? Okay, took care of that guy pretty easily. Yeah, let's just take care of them, get them out of the way. Uh-oh, we respawned one. So, we have one last enemy to fight on the main route. Ah. That was some rough fireball patterns. Now, we are skipping one single room in Great Palace. If you know the all keys route, you know that right after you enter, you know you're going the right way if there is a long... Alright, I kind of screwed that up again, so we'll just take them out. There is a long, empty room, and that is the one room we're gonna skip. Alright, now coming back down here, we have another 50-50. I'm gonna go for it now. I'm gonna get shield ready, just in case, and yep, we get a red foca, so let's fight him. Now, we're going the correct direction again, except now we're not. I'm gonna cast shield for this guy, and I already took a hit, so I'm glad that I cast shield there. I don't really think reflect helps me too much in this room, but if I slip up, then I'll need it. Yeah, we're gonna get that refill. Oh, whoops, there we go. One more snack. Again, the snacks don't respawn, so they are required. Oh, I'm supposed to actually cast jump? Alright, one more Scott Beakula. There are actually 3. Well, Scott Beakula and 2 of his cousins, who I'm sure also share the surname Beakula. Yep, like I said, I would go 0 for 6 after getting the meaningless one in Palace 6. Mews are not required because they infinitely respawn. We got another spicy chicken in here. He went down nice and easy. Okay, bot offed itself, which is nice. Okay, one last 50-50 in a room like this. That was very nice of the game to give it to me in my current health situation. Oops. This room is low-key harder than it looks. Whew, okay. That was lucky, that wasn't good, but we'll take lucky over good any day. Let's see, I am going to cast shield in here. He won't. Oh, that bot getting in the way. Okay. Yes, we'll grab that. Oh, jeez. I only wanted to break the top one there. Alright, let's get a running start. Get up there. Okay. Now, the one up was actually the other end of that room. But remember this part. Remember how much fun this was? It was so much fun the first time. I am coming back to do it again. And let's see if I can line them up right. There we go. Only took 3 tries this time, because I practiced earlier. Yes, twice as fun. And now we come back down, and come through this room in the intended route. Let's see. Next, I want to menu to reflect. Upstab another Kingbot. Now, you might know that the ending is down that chute there, but there is one more fairy we have to get. Joking bot. We'll we'll cast Reflect through here. Re-Q Reflect, we'll cast it again on the way back. Now there's a couple King Bubbles in here we need to get out of the way, because they will do massive damage to us and drain our magic. Alright, get a refill right there. Okay, but they were nicely taken care of so that they don't bother us. Cast Reflect again and Shield, and yeah. So the last room like this at the start of the palace, I got a very friendly pattern where none of them snipe me like that. It's very hard to avoid. Alright, 2 more 50-50 jars down here. Hopefully the game is nice and easy, and it's not going to be. Alright, that wasn't good. So now I have to cast Life, and if this isn't a jar, we'll have to backtrack. Oh, it's a jar. We're good. So now there are only 3 things left. Thunderbird, Link's Shadow, and number 3 Triforce. Am I gonna die to Thunderbird? Let's not. Let's regroup. This is a bad Thunderbird fight. This is not how you fight Thunderbird. We're going to queue up Shield, so I can probably take 2 hits from Dark Link with Shield cast. Okay. There is number 3 Triforce. The only thing standing between us and number 3 Triforce is our own Shadow. So. Oh, there's 1 hit. Alright, we'll take care of that. Time is right now. I forgot to mention that was coming up. Loss of control of Link at the end of the fight there, but wherever it was is good. If you don't pick up Thunderbird Key, is the run invalid? You actually wouldn't be able to finish it because it won't unlock the screen unless you pick up the key. So you will need to grab that key so that you can go on to the next room. And I think if you were to do something like up an A, then to force a game over, that Thunderbird respawns if you don't grab the key. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. But thank you for the GGs, everyone. Thank you for the shout out, Junkyard Dave. Thank you for hosting. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everyone over in my own chat. Thank you for the GGs. Thank you for the bits there, Retson. Thank you for the bits, Crack the Whip. And Sheepdog confirms, yeah, Thunderbird respawns if you don't pick up the boss key. Thank you for the GGs, everyone. Chroma, Sketch, Sheepdog, Dave, Nat, Vesper, Vidya, Desi, Burst Error, JB, Bass Guy, Jaqua, Undefined, Mega Retro Man, Computer, thank you everybody. Thank you, Murig. Yeah, I'm sorry that my microphone was crackling at the start. I was able to get that to stop on the fly after I thought I had gotten it to stop before we started, but it started up again. And here is the end of the credits. Thanks a million. And yeah, thank you everybody. Guess we'll wrap up here. Thank you for the thanks a million, Dave. Thanks again for hosting and for the slot. Oh, thank you for the GG Future Rush. Yeah, and thank you GG's Retson, Remnants, Chainsaw Bear. Thank you. Alright, so I guess I'll be ready to turn it over to whoever's next. I'll raid over to Dave as well. The real Bagoo was the friends we made along the way. Yeah, no friends with Bagoo in this route. But I hope everyone enjoyed it. Draw, thank you for the GG. I definitely thought that the way it was put together would be really fun. And I hope everyone enjoyed seeing all of those rooms in Great Palace that you don't normally get to see. Zofar, thank you for the GG as well.